The emergency broadcast reached every corner of civilized space simultaneously. Ambassador Sarah Chen stood before the cameras, her expression grim but resolute. Behind her, the flags of Earth's unified nations created a backdrop of blue and green, humanity's colors. People of the galaxy, she began, for 18 months, we have watched the Vakrian-Selthori war consume innocent worlds. We have listened to your pleas for intervention. We have offered humanitarian aid, medical supplies, and refugee sanctuary. Today, that ends. Effective immediately, Earth is entering this war. Across thousands of worlds, reactions erupted. The Galactic Council's emergency session descended into chaos. Species that had spent decades warning about humanity's dangerous nature now faced their prophecies coming true. This is madness. Counselor Zexthar shouted at his screen. Humans will destabilize everything. But Sarah wasn't finished. However, she continued, and something in her tone made the galaxy hold its breath, we're not joining the side you expect. Earth is not allying with the Vakrian Empire or the Selthori Collective. We're joining the side of the people caught between them. Holographic displays activated behind her, showing tactical maps. Human fleets were already moving, not toward military targets, but toward refugee zones, civilian populations, and humanitarian corridors. For 18 months, we've watched both sides bomb hospitals, destroy agricultural centers, and massacre civilians. You've turned entire star systems into graveyards while fighting over ideological differences that neither side can articulate. We're done watching. Admiral Marcus Webb appeared on a split screen. Human forces are establishing no-fly zones around all civilian population centers in the disputed territories. Any military vessel, Vakrian or Selthori, that enters these zones will be disabled. Any attack on civilian targets will be met with overwhelming force. The galaxy reeled. Humans weren't picking a side in the war, they were creating a third side. You're interfering in sovereign conflicts, the Vakrian ambassador protested via emergency channel. Sarah's response was ice cold. You lost your sovereignty the moment you started targeting children. Both of you. Within hours, human fleets positioned themselves around refugee planets. The technology disparity was immediately apparent. Vakrian and Selthori vessels had fought each other to a standstill for months. Human ships arrived with shield technology that made both sides' weapons look primitive, and sensor arrays that detected military vessels before they even entered the system. The first test came quickly. A Selthori battle group attempted to bomb a Vakrian agricultural colony. 3 human frigates intercepted them. Selthori vessels, you are ordered to withdraw, Captain Jennifer Okafor transmitted. That colony has been declared a protected civilian zone. We don't recognize human authority, the Selthori commander spat back. Then you'll recognize human firepower. The engagement lasted 40 seconds. Human rail guns disabled every Selthori vessel without destroying a single ship. Precision, not destruction. The crews were alive but stranded, their weapons offline, their engines dead. You're being towed to the nearest neutral station, Okafor informed them. Your governments will be billed for the rescue. Next time we won't be so gentle. The message spread like wildfire. Humans had entered the war, but not as conquerors. They arrived as enforcers of rules both sides had forgotten existed. Within a week, civilian casualties dropped by 90%. Both Vakrian and Selthori military commands found their strategic options suddenly limited. Every civilian target was now defended by humans who possessed the technology and will to enforce protection. This is not how wars are fought, the Vakrian High Command protested. Sarah Chen's response became legendary across the galaxy, then maybe you shouldn't be fighting one. Humanity learned this lesson the hard way. We burned our own world with nuclear fire before we understood that wars have rules. You want to fight each other? Fine. But you'll do it without murdering innocents, or you'll fight us instead. The Galactic Council convened in emergency session, watching human vessels create safe zones across 24 systems. "They've changed the entire nature of the conflict," Counselor Vexthral observed with something approaching awe. "They haven't ended the war," Ambassador Kylix noted. "No," Vexthral agreed. "They've civilized it." For the first time in 18 months, refugee families slept without fear of bombardment. Children attended makeshift schools under human protection. Farmers harvested crops knowing their fields wouldn't become battlegrounds. And across the galaxy, civilizations learned a new truth about humanity: they didn't just fight wars. They changed the rules of how wars could be fought. The Vakrian-Selthori War would continue for another year. But after humanity's intervention, historians would record it as the last truly barbaric conflict in galactic history. Because humans had shown the galaxy something it had forgotten: power without mercy is tyranny, but mercy without power is meaningless. Humanity possessed both.